What's going on, my Flappy family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. Stephen A. Smith ended up getting on First Take and pretty much bringing up the WNBA's biggest concern right now, especially with some of these teams that done moved these Indiana Fever games to big arenas. We are about to get into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 25.3, so if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it.
So unfortunately, the Indiana Fever star will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. The team announced that Monday. Further updates will be provided following reevaluation, the team had said. S.A., how big of a blow is this to the W?
We'll find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings, because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is validated. And if that happens, then you know what, you ride that wave. Rising tide lifts all boats. And if this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that, then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Look, I think Stephen A. is 100% correct on this. At the end of the day, you already see people actually saying, hey, I'm not watching for 2 weeks. I'm not tuning in for 2 weeks. And it's really bad news for the Mystics and the Sky, because both of those teams moved those games to big arenas. So it's like, now that she's not playing, what is that attendance going to look like? The viewership, right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know, because majority of the people that's watching the Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about the entire team. Now, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like everybody who is rooting for Caitlin Clark should be rooting for the entire team and watching the entire team and supporting the entire team, because even Caitlin Clark stated that, you know, that's important to her. So I think if you are a diehard fan of Caitlin Clark, that's something you should be focused on and really still showing your support and showing up for this team. Because not one person makes the team. Like, let's just keep it a grand. Caitlin Clark needs a team to get to the championship, to get a win in the championship, to get that ring. She needs a team. Now, look, it's okay if you have a favorite player, and it's fine, right? But I just know from what we've been seeing and how they've been focusing on the internet so hard, you know they'll feel a certain way if the viewership isn't there, if the support just disappears just because Caitlin Clark is sitting on the bench. We see how sensitive the players are when it comes to what's going on the internet and, of course, what's going on in the crowds and things like that. So I would say it's in your best interest, well, in the Fever's best interest, to actually have everybody still show up and still support, because you want this team to make it to the playoffs. And, yeah, they still have a lot of time left, but you always want your team to perform at a high level regardless. You don't want to get in a slump, start losing back-to-back games. You don't want to do that, right? So I think it's in everybody's best interest to still support this team so we can have the best chance of getting into the playoffs. Now, me, of course, I'm going to be watching. You know, I talk about the game. So I'm going to be watching regardless if Caitlin is on the court or not. Still going to be going live, so y'all make sure y'all tune in if you haven't just yet. Man, we have a great time on the live streams. I would say, if anything, Caitlin Clark needs to take her time, come back when she's ready. It might even be longer than 2 weeks. They stated it was minimum 2 weeks, which is kind of scary to me, and I'm like, dang, man, minimum? But, yeah, I would say she just needs to take her time for however long that's going to take. Hopefully not too long. But, yeah, I agree with Stephen A. The main focus that the WNBA should be paying attention to is the numbers. And I feel like they know this already, honestly. I just feel like a lot of them kind of ignore it, or they kind of play it to the side or try to act like it's more than just her. And even if it does go down, and we can clearly see that Caitlin Clark is the reason that it went down, I don't feel like some of those players in the W would stand down and acknowledge that she's the golden goose. They won't do it. Some of them just won't do it. And that's fine at this point. That's fine. I would just say stop trying to rub mud on her fan base and her. You know, that's the main thing with me. I don't mind you not liking her fan base. It is what it is. Just don't lie about the fan base, right? And that's what I've been seeing already starting off this season with that crazy investigation. This is the only team that's been investigated, right? So it's just nonsense. Like, cut it out, man. Stop lying on this fan base. Stop lying on Caitlin. Like, that's what needs to stop. But I don't feel like, even if it's clear as day that if Caitlin is not playing, the viewership and everything else goes down, they still won't change. All right? And y'all know who I'm talking about when I say they. The ones that don't like Caitlin Clark, the ones that lies on her fan base, we know who they are, right? I mean, you even have people out here celebrating that she's hurt, which is disgusting behavior, by the way. I wouldn't even do that to the player that I don't like playing in this league or playing in the NBA. That's terrible behavior. I never wish ill will on people. That's disgusting. But anyway, it's kind of asinine to do that because, honestly, if she's hurt, the league is hurt, all right? Pockets are going to get hurt if she's hurt. So if anything, you should be rooting for her to be okay so she can come and fill those arenas up that especially the Mystics and the Sky done moved to, right? You want your team to be making money out here, right? And honestly, I feel like a lot of people who root against Caitlin Clark don't care about the league, don't care about the teams that they're trying to say they want to beat the Indiana Fever. They don't care about none of that, man. They just want Caitlin Clark to struggle, look bad, suffer, and fail, right? I think that's mainly what it is. But they could care less if Chicago Sky make money. They could care less if the Mystics make money. Let's just keep it a grand, man. But honestly, I'm a person that's rooting for the entire league, and I see how important Caitlin Clark is when it comes to making that revenue, making the money, right? That's the most important thing for this league to survive. And I would like for one day for them to actually not be attached to the NBA and be their own entity. So all the revenue that they're getting, they don't have to split 3 ways with 3 parties. Like, that's ridiculous, man. And now they're eating off the crumbs that are left after splitting all that money up. So it's like, you know, I want them to be successful because, like I stated plenty of times, I have a daughter who might want to hoop. And if she wants to hoop, I want her to be in a league where she's making big money, just like the NBA players. So I feel like the WNBA needs to figure out a way to keep people's attention when Caitlin Clark is out. Now, mind you, the referees have been terrible, so that's not really keeping attention. You have people lying on the fan base with the crazy investigation. That's not helping with keeping people's attention. It's things that they're doing that's just really just turning this fan base away. And it's like, fam, y'all have to do better. Stop burning these bridges, WNBA, because now you have moments like this and you don't have anything to lean on. You know, yes, I feel like you have talented players in your league. I feel like I can respect their games and watch them and talk about them. But it's not about the people that love the game of basketball. It's about the people who don't even pay attention to the game of basketball. How are you going to keep their attention? How are you going to make them want to watch beyond Caitlin Clark? You haven't been doing a great job at that, all right? You haven't. You have to become a better product at the end of the day, man. So work on that, and maybe you can retain some eyes while Caitlin Clark is out. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Anything I said that you agree or disagree with? Are there big concerns now that Caitlin Clark is going to be sitting out for 2 weeks? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.